Welcome to Creative Hand Art Journaling by Jill Langdon. Today we're going to go into doing a little housekeeping since it's the beginning of a new year. I wanted to remind everybody that I did my page over with gesso so it's nice and stiff and it'll hold my paint and my water. Today I'm going to be doing a winter tree. And for a tree, the trunk has to be wider, and the branches, when they start off, end up being wide at the base of the trunk, and then it tapers off to the end into the branches. And let's see, I'll have the tree about this wide. And you want to vary the space between the branches. So it adds interest. I saw a tree last night on the way to my grandson's birthday party, and it was all lit up with lights and it was very beautiful. So that was my inspiration for today. Plus we've got a light snowfall out there and I want to put snow on my tree. And I want to teach you how to do all that. So today it's a tree. And we have to ground the tree. So there we go, we have some ground. And let's see, for today's painting colors, I'm using Caribbean Blue, True Green, Hot Rod Red, some black, and light yellow, as well as white to help with the mixing colors. So I've got the Caribbean Blue and the white mixture. I'm going to go in and do the background. Okay, next I'm going to mix the black and white, and I have a little mixture of the blue and white still left, and I'm going to paint in the tree with an undercoating of gray, which is interesting because I once had a student in my class and I asked him, what color is a tree? And he's sitting there, brown. And I'm sitting there, I don't think you've really gone and looked at a tree lately. So I had this big honey lotus tree out in my yard. I sent him outside and I said, go look at the tree. And he came back and I asked him, so what color is a tree? And he's sitting there, well, there's this blue stuff on it and it actually looks gray. So I educated him on exactly what color trees are. They're not really brown, contrary to popular belief. So here I'm doing in a base of gray, even though I'm probably going to mix in some brown because trees inside are brown inside. So I'm also adding more branches as I go along and thinning out my brush stroke, using the very tip of it and going very lightly. So here I'm going to add another branch over here with littler, smaller branches coming off of that. And to make my paint a little thinner, I'm going to add a little more water to it so that it gets a nice flow. You alternate the sides of where the branches come out of for added interest. And it's good to intermingle these branches because real live trees, they're all over the place with the branches. Some are long and spindly looking, and others are really thick until they get down into the other ones. And sometimes I just have a way of making these branches just go right off the paper. So I've now mixed the real green with the real red to make a real brown. And this I'm going to add texture to the trunk and a couple of the larger limbs of the tree. Because it's the bark, actually, or in between the bark, where it brings out the brown color. So what I'm really adding here is the bark. And like they say, sometimes its bark is worse than its bite. And I added the colors right into the gray so that the brown still has a base of a similar color, which adds unity to the painting. The variety adds interest as well. Trying not to cover all the gray up, just some of it. Okay, well, maybe this one down here can use a little too. Trying to figure out and follow which branches go where, because they all intersect. And that's what trees do, especially with the branches. They go every which way but loose. Next, I'm going to add a mixture of white and yellow to make the snow. And I added the blue really close to the branches in order to bring out the snow color. So hopefully I can get the yellow and the snow to be very, very light. I don't want the snow to look as though a dog urinated in it. That's not what I'm after. I'm after a very, very pale white yellow color. And hopefully I think I've got it. So now in order to add snow, I'm going to put it on top of the branches. Because here last night I did leave some white stuff on the ground, and it is sticking to the trees. And we do have sunshine this morning, which is making the snow glisten. And I love the beauty of it, especially on winter mornings. Wake up and it seems like we're in a very new and fresh world. Especially where the branches are flat, snow builds up. So that's why I'm having it very, very thick on the flatter branches and very thin, or not at all, on the thinner the branches that are facing upwards. There you have it, the snow on the winter tree, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you for watching.